Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel, Charles Morris, and these Oath Keepers are being charged with seditious conspiracy. I'm sure that all insurrectionists may have that same charge as well. However, the insurrectionists could just be charged with, vandalism and theft and that stuff, and and not have the seditious conspiracy charge, which, if you are convicted of that, you can serve for not more than up to 20 years in jail. So, yeah, I wanted to keep that, the meaning of seditious conspiracies short. I didn't want to make it long because I didn't want to get confused on what I was talking about. But anyway, all of this happened because everybody was so loyal to Donald J. Trump. Not just the Oath Keepers, but the insurrectionists, these pro-Trump supporters as well. Now, they all did this because well, they followed what Trump said, and that was that the election was rigged and stolen by Joe Biden. It's not even true at all. Now, as Joe Biden said, Trump did this because he was so selfish, and I believe that he wanted to get, like, some kind of political gain from this. In my view, that's how I see it. And now, certainly Fox News is, well, this man Tucker Carlson is calling this not a terrorist attack. So, yeah, that is something I'm not getting here. As, let me just, make it very, very clear. This was indeed a terrorist attack. So, don't tell me that it's no terrorist attack. As I've mentioned, Elmer Stewart Rhodes, he's the one who said that there is going to be a bloody fight in case they try to remove President Donald J. Trump illegally. Of course, that's what they believed. And there was weapons, ammunition bought. There were firearms used in the Capitol riot. It was very, very violent. This was a terrorist attack. And if I had to make one good point on what kind of charge they would probably be facing right now, like every single one of these insurrectionists, probably be terrorism. Like, ultimately, that's what all these insurrectionists are. They're just a bunch of terrorists. And there's no denying that. I mean, what you just saw on January 6th of last year, and from that 1-year anniversary, remembering the attack on January 6th, you've seen that you've seen people storm the Capitol. You've seen these insurrectionists plan this. They all did it because Donald J. Trump wanted them to. Now, let me just quote from Donald J. Trump for a second. "We're gonna march down to the Capitol, and I'll be walking with you. We're gonna march down to the Capitol and ask, will you overturn the election results?" Now, Donald Trump did not keep his word when he said that. Meaning he was going to go with his group of insurrectionists and go down to the Capitol and help them. No, he simply just sat back there, watched his group of supporters do his dirty work, and he's sitting back in the Oval Office, and he's doing nothing. He does nothing to stop it until President-elect Joe Biden called on the president himself, and he asked for President Trump to end this insurrection. That he did what he was told. And he told everybody to go back home and said he loved everyone, which, let me be clear, Donald J. Trump doesn't love people because he's a narcissist, and narcissists only love themselves. So, that's a lie. He doesn't love his people. He doesn't love the people of the United States. So I'm going to make that one thing clear. He only loves himself, only wants to do what pleases himself. If he wants to believe an election, that the election was, that there was absolute voter fraud and that stuff, he's only doing it for one reason, and that is to make himself look good. Which, I mentioned this many times in a lot of my videos, that voter fraud isn't real. There was no fraud in this election whatsoever. When President-elect Joe Biden was elected President of the United States in 2021, he's elected fair and square. Trump lost fair and square. So I want to make that one thing clear. So, yeah. Every one of these insurrectionists, I don't know about every single one of them, but I know that the Oath Keepers are charged with Seditious Conspiracy, and are going to serve themselves for a good time up to 20 years, maybe more, because that's how much you get charged for Seditious Conspiracy if you're convicted of that. And that was brought down, that charge would, against these Oath Keepers, by the House the Department of Justice, DOJ for short. And it's the most serious charge that you can actually have. 20 years or more? It sounds like a very, very serious time that you'd have to spend in prison. Maybe most of your life. And now, when you got like some kind of serious felony like that, you're probably not going to be able to get a job like right after you serve those numbers of years in jail. And if the insurrectionists have that to face, well, it would add up to with another number of years that you'd have to serve with, like vandalism and, if there's any first degree murder charges or, something else like that. All the charges that are brought to you are based on by what kind of crimes you committed. So, if you murdered, stole, and then been charged with seditious conspiracy, you're probably going to guarantee yourself to probably serve more than 20 years, because every charge that is, against you and that stuff, all those years add up and determines how many years you'd have to spend your life in jail almost. Well, maybe not your life, maybe half your life. But it's actually very sad. So, further, when we get more into the year, hopefully there'll be more details on the charges everybody had actually been charged with. These group of insurrectionists. And we should know more. So, yeah. I'm making this video because I wanted to be pretty clear on this. And give people a good idea on what's going on. And you gotta remember that if anybody gets charged with seditious conspiracy, it's actually very, very serious. As I mentioned, 20 years or more. Yeah. That's gonna be pretty sad. Now, the wife of, Elmer Rhodes Stewart divorced Elmer. So, not only did you have to spend most of your life in jail, but you also lose your partner as well. Because they don't like what you did. And then once you get out of jail and that stuff, you can't have the stuff that you're not a free person to do whatever you want anymore. It'll be hard for you to find a job. Hard for you to actually get a partner. And even hard for you to actually sleep at night. Because you can't even, live with the fact that you're labeled as a U.S. terrorist for the rest of your life. And then, you know, you'll be, you would be considered a dangerous person for the rest of your life. It's quite sad. It's, it's just plain sad. So, yeah. So, yeah, I want to go back to, what I've always said about voter fraud. It's never been proven to be actually true. You'll notice that I've said this multiple times. Back, I was playing Clubhouse games and I was playing Yachts Dice, and I've mentioned voter fraud not being real, and that the numbers that each of these that each Donald Trump and um, Donald J. Trump and Joe Biden had won. Well, they were fair numbers, and Joe Biden won fair and square. There is no rigged election, and it was all done fair and square. When two people compete for, victory and that stuff, there's got to be one winner and one loser. It can't be two that actually win together. I mean, not that I know of any ties in election. I mean, there's a rare chance that that could end up happening, but I've never seen elections being tied between two people. But at least I haven't experienced an election that resulted in a tie. I mean, that's pretty rare. Or hasn't even have happened in the past. But there's got to be one winner and one loser. If the winner claims victory, the loser has to accept defeat and congratulate the other person on their victory. And then they just accept it like it is. They don't go on like some kind of lie power trip and say like, frankly, we did win this election, even though you lost. And that's what Donald J. Trump did. He claimed victory way too early. But at the time when all of this Road to 270 was happening, there was news media that said too close to call and that stuff. And even Chris Wallace, on that first presidential debate, said that you promised not to claim victory until Election Day. And Donald J. Trump called his victory too early, even though he lost. and he wanted his group of supporters to go out there and violently attack democracy. Even though he said overturn the election results nicely, they went there and they attacked. There was an insurrection in the United States made by these insurrectionists, Trump's followers and supporters, and even the Oath Keepers, and even the 69 or the 67-year-old Navy veteran Thomas Caldwell. He helped sail weapons across the Potomac River. And in an interview with Tucker Carlson, he denied the whole thing. And another thing he said, that when people can't find out what to charge you with, they charge you with conspiracy. Which, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like in a let's say in a court case. If they want to charge you for something but they have no evidence on proving it and that stuff, they don't just plainly just charge you with conspiracy. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, again, I just want to say that this election was fair. It was done fair and square. Trump lost fair and square. Joe Biden won fair and square. And this voter fraud was not even real. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what was said here, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, Charles Morris. And, you know, Seditious Conspiracy is a very, very serious charge if you get convicted for it. Just like the Oath Keepers did. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a good day.